New homes are built to be airtight, and with that comes a number of different issues. My wife and I built our home in 2019, and throughout living here, we've noticed a few different quirks and things that we wish we would have done different. In this video, I'm going to walk through what I learned and the recommendations I have for you when you're building your next home. When you're shopping for a furnace filter, you're going to see these different numbers on the top. That's related to what level of filtration it has. So an inspector once told me that you're actually better off to get the cheaper filters and then replace them more often. That way you'll get better life out of your furnace. So to change the filter, really simple. We're gonna turn the furnace off here at the switch. For us, we've got a magnet, so you can just pull this off, pull the old filter out here, and then we pick the new one. And we're gonna line up the arrow so that the airflow is correct. Just put that back in. So my advice would be, instead of spending more on the more expensive filters, just replacing your filter more often. Newer homes like ours are built to be as efficient as possible. Thus, they require an HRV or an ERV, which actually cycles the outside air in and keeps things fresh. What this is going to do is going to recycle air within the house. So we're going to bring in fresh air from outside and then use the heat of the indoor air to warm that air. That way saving energy, but also cycling the air out in the house and bringing in that fresh air. Maintenance on these is pretty easy. Our builder was nice enough to put this nice little sheet on here, and here are the filters that are going to need to be changed out or cleaned. I've actually got 2 new ones I'm just going to put in, and then I'll clean the other ones and keep those. Good to do that every spring and fall. Air quality does fluctuate from day to day and throughout the seasons. To provide a holistic solution, there is a need to constantly monitor and analyze the indoor and outdoor air quality. Through real-time measurement, we can understand the different trends and patterns and therefore provide users with actionable insights. Constant monitoring is so important because it's the only way we can gain an accurate understanding of air quality over time. I placed a number of different air quality sensors throughout our house and left them for months to monitor the conditions. Here I have them gathered together in one place for comparison. We've got Sensibo, Amazon, Aqara, Govee, and Airthings View Plus. Starting on my left, we've got the Sensibo, which monitors TVOC, CO2, particulate matter up to 2.5. It does pair with our thermostat and other devices. It can be used as a trigger for their air purification systems. It does also monitor temperature, humidity, and shows the air quality index. The Amazon air quality device uses the app. It can monitor the air quality index, the temperature, humidity, particulate matter, carbon monoxide, and VOCs. The graphs are sortable by hour, day, week. This device can be used as a trigger for other automations in your home. Aqara offers TVOC, temperature, and humidity, and then that can trigger different Aqara devices. The Govee device is going to display particulate matter, temperature, humidity, and the graphs within the app show by hour, day, week, month, or year. Airthings is a very robust air quality monitor. The View Plus displays radon, particulate matter, both 2.5, CO2, VOCs, humidity, temperature, and air pressure. The graphs within the app display by day, week, month, or year. One of the first things we noticed in our house while testing these sensors in the wintertime was that our house was getting very dry. It was around 20%. So we went ahead and installed the April Air humidifier right on our furnace here, which has fixed all the issues for us, and we've got it set up. So we're typically in that 40 to 50% range. All of our sensors in the house do a really good job of updating on humidity. Overall, our air quality index has been relatively good across all the devices, but we did have some notable events take place. So let's take a look at each individual metric. The most common sources of unhealthy indoor air include dust, particle, air pollution, secondhand smoke, pollen, mold, and pet dander. Other contaminants include radon, the radioactive gas. Airthings is the first consumer-grade air quality sensor that can detect radon in real time. We've got a passive radon mitigation system in our home. The average reading that we've been seeing has been about 0.9 picoliters so far this year. Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer, behind, of course, cigarettes. But it's something that we really want to pay attention to. We can measure that in our homes, and if there's an issue with elevated levels, we can do radon mitigation. Now with new construction, it's common to have a passive radon mitigation system built right into the home. It's going to be a tube that looks like a wastewater tube, but typically they'll have that yellow label on there. It's going to say radon. What that's doing is it's taking air from underneath the slab and getting it up and exhausting it out, typically through your attic. Last summer we did an upgrade in our basement, so we had contractors here kicking up a lot of dust. Obviously that increased the VOCs in the area, but we did notice through use of air purifiers, we were actually able to get those levels back down within a couple of hours. With proper ventilation, one can usually mitigate VOCs from household chemicals and cleaning supplies by opening windows and bringing in outdoor air to increase airflow and ventilation. PM stands for particulate matter. While the number refers to the size of particles, PM 0.1 are ultrafine particles which have a diameter of 0.1 microns or less. The greatest number of particles fall into this range and are emitted from the vehicle exhaust emissions, wood smoke, and tobacco smoke. PM 2.5 refers to fine particles with a diameter of 2.5 or less, including bacteria, fungi, and emissions from coal, gas, and oil-powered fire stations. PM10 are the largest particles that we usually refer to, and they have a diameter of 10 microns or less. This includes things like pollen and pet dander. Well, what about that CO and the CO2? An air quality monitor is not a replacement for a CO detector, which is very important for any household. If there is an issue with your heating system, this gas can be deadly in a very short amount of time. Amazon does monitor CO, but there is no alarm option for notification. AirThings View Plus displays this in parts per million and will notify you if there is an elevated level. This gives you the opportunity to open a window or get more air circulating. There are many steps and measures that can be taken to resolve an air quality issue, both in the short term and the long term. If you're using an air quality monitor and are experiencing elevated levels of radon, CO2, or airborne pollutants, actions as simple as opening a window or turning on a fan to create cross ventilation can quickly improve levels. You can also look into purchasing a reputable air purifier to reduce particulate matter or VOC levels. When you choose the best air purifier to meet your needs, there are two main factors you'll be considering: airflow and sound level at a high fan speed. Your room size will have perhaps the largest impact on the selection process, since each air purifier is designed to move a different amount of air through the room, the more powerful units covering a larger area. Before choosing an air purifier, measure your room size in square feet and compare it to the listed coverage areas on the different unit. The other thing you're going to want to consider is, what are you concerned about? Air purifiers and filters vary in the problems they are designed to address. As a rule, for example, true HEPA filters provide thorough particulate filtration, whereas filters with added carbon are better at addressing off-gassing of VOCs, light odors, and chemicals. Additionally, it's worth considering an odor filter option specifically designed to mitigate household odors. We've been testing air filters from Medify, Alton Air, and Levoit. I was skeptical at first, but pleased to see that they were each able to mitigate issues caused by cooking and construction at home, typically within 2 to 3 hours. For those with allergies or sensitivity, an appropriately sized air purifier is a great investment. If you're curious about the long-term performance, be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, check out this great video I think you'll enjoy.